Leo Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial from my Zodiac Sign series by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to be showing you the next installment in my Zodiac Sign series. This one is for Leo. So this is my mother and my dad and a nephew of mine and my mother-in-law. I have a lot of people that I know that are Leos, and so this one is for them and for all of you that are Leos as well. If this isn't your sign and you're looking for your sign and it was previously in the year, it will be in the description box below. Otherwise, keep checking back month by month and you will eventually get yours because I am doing all of them. So I hope you like this design, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. So to start with, we're going to create that gorgeous gradient galaxy swirly background that I have in all of my Zodiac signs from this year at least. I'm not making any promises, but I might be doing another one of these for next year. So it's kind of on my contemplation. Anyways, for this year, so from this year's Zodiac sign series, so I've got a dark blue that's got a little bit of glitter in it, a very glittery turquoise, some black, and then a little bit of white that I add at the end. So I'm just kind of layering the colors, making sure that the acrylic is fairly thin because then it'll blend together very, very well, and just kind of create a really nice, not necessarily anything too specific, and make each nail a little bit different just to kind of create some visual interest. Don't make them all the same either. So as you can see, they're not all the same. And then just take a little bit of white acrylic, like I said, and just sort of smush that around and blend it in a little swirl in one area of the nail. Then with some clear acrylic, we're going to be encasing the nail to make sure it is nice and strong and to protect that glitter. I know that this teal glitter acrylic that I'm using, if it does get filed, it turns into sort of a scratchy looking silvery gray color, and you don't really want that. You want to stay nice and sparkly and pretty, so make sure your file does not hit it. So make sure that you do cover it completely with a layer of clear acrylic. After that layer is all done, we are going to be filing the nail into shape. So take your e-file or a hand file this any way you like. You probably have your own filing routine down at this point, but I'm going to use an e-file and a pretty coarse bit to remove any bulk and get it nice and thin and just the shape that I wanted, a good apex in the right spot, all of that fun stuff. After I have that, I'm going to take a finer bit and refine the surface texture, make sure it's very, very smooth. Since everything on here is hand painted and it's done with acrylic paint, the smoother the surface of the nail is, the better your painting is going to turn out. Just sort of the nature of the beast. So make sure that you do really get it nice and buffed, or with a really fine bit like I was using. Just, make sure you've got a velvety surface to paint on. So then with white acrylic paint, I'm going to start by painting my lion head for my Leo. And as you can see, I'm doing this in sort of little outlines, short little lines at a time, not trying to rush it, doing little bit by little bit. When you're painting these, it can be very difficult because they're almost leaving spaces out more than filling them in, if that makes sense, just the way that the styling goes. And so you have to really kind of do it slowly and meticulously. And it's very easy to put paint where you don't want paint to be. And if that happens, which it very well could, you can always use either black or turquoise or blue or a color that you used in your background to just sort of touch up your lines here and there. Nobody's ever going to see it. So if that does happen and you do feel the need to do that, don't sweat it. It is perfectly fine. So yeah, that's a really good way to touch up your designs. And with these Zodiac sign series, you can take one element. So you can take the little Leo symbol that I'm painting in the middle, the little lion, and you can do that on one nail, and then you can do the constellation on a different nail, and kind of, mix it up and do it however you like. The whole thing doesn't have to be on one nail, so you can spread it out. And the galaxy background, I've said this in the past Zodiac sign series, it is so gorgeous. You definitely do this on other nails without anything on top of it, because it doesn't need anything on top of it. It is so pretty, especially with top coat over the top of it. Gorgeous. It is perfectly fine just like that. So as you can see on my little line, I'm sort of fanning out little segments of mane, little bits of swirly lines going out around the head. And then I'm just going to touch it up with some more white paint, get everything all filled in like I need it. Make sure that the white is nice and opaque. Sometimes you need to add a second coat to your white, sometimes you don't, depending on how thick it was originally. And then with just a touch of blue, I'm going to be, like I said, adding a couple little lines where I need to, just like a little nostril there, a little bit of an eye, just, a little lines here and there, just to kind of fill them in and make sure that it does look the way you want it. And then above that, like I said, I'm going to be painting the constellation. So I'm going to start with just the little dots for where the stars are, and then I'm going to connect the dots with them after I have them all in place. And as you're doing this, as I have mentioned this in past videos, but say it again just in case you missed it, You do want to make sure that you don't make your constellation too big. It's very easy to do. You place the first dot and the second dot, and then all of a sudden it's way bigger than the space you have. So mentally shrink it down to the right size before you start painting it. It can be a little bit weird, and you may have to do that again just because it does easily get too big where all of a sudden a part of it is going off the nail. And then beneath that, you're just going to paint the little zodiac symbol. So start out with a circle, add a little tail of a line coming off of that that goes all sort of swirly down around, kind of like reminds me of a girl with a ponytail. And then apply a layer of gel sealer over the top of the whole nail and cure it. As you can see, that gradient zodiac or the galaxy background is just stunning. So if you do a set of these, I would love to see them with a whole hand of this great background. I hope you guys like this as much as I do. And if you are a Leo, happy birthday, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!